Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rafe Hernandez will ultimately come out of his coma, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, but Connie Viniski, Julie Dove, doesn't appear to be concerned about it anymore. Now that the police have acknowledged Connie's Robert Bobby Sane alias Everett Lynch, Blake Barris, frame up, it seems as if she has lulled herself into a false feeling of security. It's clear that Connie thinks highly of herself and believes herself to be a clever criminal genius. But when Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, looked more closely at Bobby's suicide note and confession, she already had a hunch that something was wrong. All Jada could remember from their marriage was that it sounded nothing like Bobby's writing. These spoilers indicate that although Jada pushed her concerns aside and chose to drop the case, she could need to revisit it if Rafe eventually wakes up. In the end, Rafe will come to and return to the living. Therefore, all viewers can anticipate that Gabi Hernandez Dimara, Sherry Jimenez, and Jada will feel relieved. Naturally, Jada will approach Rafe about his memories of the incident at the cemetery right away. In an attempt to force Rafe's corpse into the tomb of Abigail Dimara, who had previously been portrayed by Marcy Miller, Connie pursued him there. According to Days spoilers, Jada will be interested in hearing Rafe's side of the story, but she may also want to reassure him that Bobby, alias Everett, is dead and won't harm anybody ever again. Rafe may then counter that Bobby wasn't the one who pursued him at that point. Rafe could have heard his attacker's voice after the incident or even seen her while passing. Rafe would argue that because Bobby's assailant was a woman, it couldn't have been her. Rafe could first be unable to pinpoint Connie, but he might be certain that a woman was the one who was after him. That may give Connie a new issue to deal with, particularly if Gabi receives updates and maybe remembers all the questionable things her new executive assistant has done in the past. Perhaps Connie will have to set up a female Days character, such as Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, or Ava Vitali, Tamara Braun. Perhaps Connie will attempt to make it seem as if one of them or another Salem lady pursued Rafe prior to arranging Bobby's meeting. Rafe's warning might be the beginning of Connie's demise, since she can't hide her traces forever, of course. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Connie will get exposed later on, so we'll be bringing you more forecasts about all the awful news she'll encounter. According to the Days of Our Lives spoilers, Tate Black reassured Ashley Puzimis about his plan for them to spend the summer together, but he needed to iron out a few things first. After hanging up, Tate persuaded Louis Tomio's Aaron Green to attend lacrosse camp in lieu of him. In this manner, Holly could visit Tate while remaining anonymous, and he could hide out someplace nearby. Theresa Donovan was called to the townhouse by Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, but she didn't understand why he was calling. Theresa reminded Brady that she was puzzled and unhappy since she believed this to be about their night together. Brady claimed to be aware of Theresa's firm desire to be with Robert Scott Wilson's character Alex Kyriakis, and that he was only inquiring about Tate's enrollment in lacrosse camp. Brady wasn't as successful as he imagined he would be since Theresa agreed that Tate and Holly should be apart. On Thursday's episode of Days, Rachel Black, Finley Rose Slater, overheard Holly talking to Tate at the Dimara home and threatened to reveal that she and Nicole Dimara, Ariane Zucker, were skulking. When Rachel attempted to contact Nicole, Holly answered and tried to talk Rachel out of spying. Rachel knew this was a bribe once Holly provided her the perfume she loved. Brady was dubious when he overheard Holly acting as if it was more of a friendship pledge and that she could rely on Rachel. After convincing Brady that they were just discussing fragrances, Rachel hurried upstairs to get light sticks for tonight's fireworks display. Brady used it as an opportunity to tell Holly that Tate was attending lacrosse camp, so Holly appeared to be surprised and suggestion that they may reconsider during their senior year if Tate and Holly showed themselves to be reliable. Later, Tate contacted Holly to let her know that because Aaron had agreed to pretend to be him at lacrosse camp, everything was set for their plan. But as soon as Brady and Rachel arrived at the bar, Tate had to quickly end the call. Brady was certain that this was a good idea, telling Tate that Theresa had also provided her permission on lacrosse camp. Tate had no choice but to pretend he was sad as he was leaving. Tate and Holly then met up for the fireworks, and although someone was spying on them close by, they had a kiss in the park. On Thursday's episode of Days, Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers, paid Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, and Sarah Horton Lindsay Godfrey a visit at home with the intention of giving Xander a check. Maggie claimed that since she had tried to distribute the money more equitably among the other heirs, Xander was entitled to a portion of the bequest. Although Xander was moved by the gesture, he no longer felt that Victor wanted for him to have money, and he didn't want to be motivated by it either. Maggie attempted to get Xander to take the check, but he refused, saying he preferred to be on his own. After Maggie departed, Sarah was very fired up and proud, so she made love to Xander and they watched the fireworks together through the window. When Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, learned that Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, was engaged to Theresa at the Kyriakis home on Thursday's DOL episode, he was obviously not happy about it. Alex looked thoughtful as Justin pressed for a stringent prenuptial agreement that would safeguard his wealth, recalling Brady's warning concerning Theresa. Theresa confirmed Alex's assertion that she wasn't with him for his money when she entered the room and heard they were talking about a prenuptial agreement. Theresa spoke about being captivated to Alex in Greece even before learning that he was the affluent heir to Victor. Regarding Brady's notion that Theresa had a sneak look inside the bag, Alex started having additional memories. Because of this, Alex seems anxious that Theresa could have slept with him despite knowing he would become very wealthy. Theresa pretended to be overly fond of Alex, but it seemed that she sensed his anxiety. Theresa then kind of gloated to Justin and Bonnie about suggesting that she should sign a prenuptial agreement. Next, because he was with Theresa when they ran across Brady and Rachel in the town square, Alex indulged in some gloating. Theresa chastised Alex and asked what was wrong with him when Alex revealed that Theresa had volunteered to sign a prenup. Theresa believed Brady had been disparaging her, but Alex argued it made no difference since he had total faith in her. On Thursday's episode of Days, Brady was back with Rachel. He granted her request for 2 scoops of ice cream and inquired as to whether she would miss Tate while he was away at camp. Rachel said that she would, however, not to the same extent as Holly. Brady seemed captivated by Rachel's remark as a result. After Maggie finally discovered Justin and Bonnie Kyriakis, Judy Evans, having a 4th of July celebration complete with party horns, she informed that Xander had rejected his inheritance check, which was news to Justin. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Xander will eventually discover he is Victor's biological son. We'll keep you updated on the surprises that lie ahead, as well as our guesses on how he will find out the truth. Thanks for watching if you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.